Was that it? Are we live?
Yes, we are, and I completely fucked up the tweet on that. Give me a second.
Womp womp.
Well, then, while Dante's figuring out the tweets, hi, and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm sorry.
Werewolf, Blood and Silver.
We've been talking about eating people and...
Eating them with large crystals.
Shopping malls.
And apparently hearing me say, bore me down.
I've got. Oh wait, we are recording now. I've got a voice clip of that now.
We have him on.
How did you not know we're recording?
I know, that's why I did it.
I'm gonna make that his ringtone.
Hi, I'm Ash Velisca, findable on Twitter as Ash Velisca. Buddy, you're up.
Hi, I'm Buddy Goodboy. Bore me, Daddy.
Hi, I'm the Big Bad Wolf at TBBW1 at TBBW1 on Twitter. The better to eat you with, my dear.
I'm Dingo Tyranno, and that's at Dingo Tyranno on Twitter, and I'll be updating my cookbook after we're done with the session.
There's something horribly wrong that I am drinking from a 64-ounce solo cup during this session.
No, I think that's appropriate.
I have them in every color, but I figured a red one was appropriate today.
Yeah, well, I want you guys to know that my brother-in-law was saying that he wanted to start watching these streams because he loves, gaming streams. So he asked me, hey, you're doing one, aren't you? I'm like...
Wait, would that mean I have to be nice?
Well, no, they just moved. They don't have their Wi-Fi set up yet, so I don't think he's watching tonight. But if in case he is, don't Google anything.
Okay, I'm done.
Well, he can catch up on everything via our YouTube channel.
That's not what I meant.
We can talk about our pack totem and a certain Parmesan shredding device.
Why do we need to talk about a Parmesan shredding device?
Raccoon cheese grater. Raccoon cheese grater.
We are not. Actually, no, we could teach you that.
Oh, come on, that's Boozy's thing.
I have to live with these people. Please don't.
I mean, in all honesty, when you can heal yourself very easily.
Oh, no, just stop now, please. Ow, ow.
I'm so glad Kage does not watch this stream. I would be so fired for this.
We need to invite him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what do you mean Kage doesn't watch us?
Yeah, we're delightful.
I know he doesn't watch us.
You know this
But
for a
he
fact?
should.
Yes, because I make sure he never sees this. I like my job. Which sphere am I going to play with during this event?
That's he should watch us. Now, he needs to have his thumb on the pulse of the furry fandom.
He needs to have his finger on the kill switch.
Well, he runs Anthrocon. I'm pretty sure he can just shut that mother down if he needs to.
Actually, he doesn't. That's a myth. Actually, Kage does not run Anthrocon. Anthrocon is run by a series of the hard workers of the 11 board members who all run their departments effectively. Kage is our chairman and functions entirely as kind of, how do I put this nicely? He serves, it is a symbiotic relationship between the chairman of the board and the board.
Cards, or did you have to memorize it with the rest of the class?
I'm pretty sure he can kill that bitch if he needs to.
So, moving on with our totem raccoon. I totally agree a cheese grater is an important sign of having a raccoon as a totem.
Yeah, because it's shiny.
Yes, we gotta leave shiny things around.
Oh,
right,
God.
so who's got the cheese grater we can leave behind this time?
I left coins last time.
And I guess I can give up my cheese grater.
Listen, I don't own a cheese grater. I own a Xylus.
How about a microplate? We'll leave him
I actually own one of those, yeah.
Okay, guys. Now that I've got the tweets out and y'all have enjoyed a delightful pre-show, I am Dante, and welcome back to Werewolf the Apocalypse: Blood and Silver. When we last left the pack, they had rather creatively killed a horrific factory in the meatpacking district of New York, and found a ledger filled with notes on what is apparently a worm-influenced human trafficking ring. Upon seeing the sheer scale of the operation, Mother Larissa told the pack that they would be traveling to the North Country Protectorate to make an appeal to King Albrecht of the Silver Fangs in order to try and bring the entire Garou Nation to bring down this evil. All right, folks. You are currently in Central Park. Mother Larissa is there, and the Karen's warder is currently opening up the moon gates.
Okay. I'll ask the dumb question. Sure. What is a moon gate?
So actually, it's a moon bridge. What it is using the Luna. The point. I'll actually illustrate this with spheres. So this represents where we are, and this represents where we're going.
Yes.
Two different Karens separated by thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. And a Theurge will perform the rite of the moon bridge, and it will open the moon bridge from here. We'll travel up to the moon and back down to here.
That seems inefficient.
It's incredibly inefficient, but when you have to cover 5,000 miles really quickly, it takes a couple of seconds.
Well, question, Dante, aren't we just going to upstate New York?
The North Country Protector is actually in southern Vermont.
Okay, so it's like 3 hours of driving.
Yeah. They're really going to open a moon bridge for us? I guess we're going. We're important enough that they don't want to sidetrack, so...
It's also a matter of urgency.
Also, I think they know that we would get sidetracked.
Well, the thing
Exactly.
is that a moon bridge is an extremely high, expensive gnosis to open, particularly over the longer the distance. So this is like barely worth the effort to open one.
So you're saying it's a little more Bifrost, a little less Star Trek Transporter?
Yeah.
Yeah, more Bifrosty. There's actually a time delay in the process.
Because it's a moon bridge, we don't need anybody to lead us, so I will step through first. Dante.
All right. Mother Larissa informs you that she'll be accompanying you to make the introductions.
Oh, in that case, she gets to walk through first.
Mother Larissa.
Yeah, we're
Smart
going
move.
to go talk to somebody who is rank 6. Yeah, we're gonna go talk.
Yeah.
Stop, Seamus.
Yeah. Albrecht is recently taken the throne and has found the legendary silver crown. So he's kind of a big deal.
Right.
And the last guy was worm tainted and really nasty and like working with black spirals. And...
Well, the previous king, Isaiah Morningkill was simply crazy and was exiling people for perceived slights. And
So, Madlard Snapcase, got it.
yeah,
Okay.
including his grandson, the current.
That he was actively working with the black spirals.
Yeah, no, his would-be successor Arcady was working with the Black Spirals.
Oh, okay.
Arcady had Morningkill killed by the Black Spirals, and then tried to have Albrecht murdered as well.
Right, during the challenge and then afterwards, yeah.
This is gonna reek of pure breed. Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to use my pure breed finally.
Well, thankfully, Albrecht is also the type he really is not fond of the high ritual shit.
He's not the problem. It's everyone around him is going to smell of pure breed and offend my delicate nose.
Oh, Albrecht pure breed is all hell.
Oh yeah, he's pure breed 5.
Yeah. But it's everyone around who is going to enforce the damn thing.
Well, it's okay. So for those of you who may or may not know, pure breed is extra social dice. You add it to all social rolls with other werewolves as a general rule. There are situations where you don't, but as a general rule, it's like an extra 5, up to 5 dice that you have for killing.
Glasswalkers in the tribe are not allowed to take pure breed, as they are basically huskies at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
as are bone gnars.
Yep.
Yes, they're mutts. All right.
Glasswalkers are just huskies, literally.
Just before stepping through, Mother Larissa addresses you. All right. When we arrive, I'll make the introductions. Now, I've known Jonas for a long long time now. He's very friendly once you get to know him. Just, until he starts talking like a commoner, stand on ceremony, just for appearances.
Yes, ma'am.
Larissa steps through and beckons you to join her as you step out into realm of what appears at first glance to be darkness, but moonlight illuminates the path before you.
Okay, following behind Mother Larissa, so
Yes.
she is leading us.
Yep, I know better. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, all of us are keeping our mouths shut and just following behind the rank 5.
As you reach the end of the path, and she steps out onto the solid ground. You step out onto the green lawn of a massive country estate. There to greet you is the Cairns Warder and King Jonas Albrecht with his pack, Black Fury Mary Cabra, and a young Caucasian man who is wearing iconography synonymous with the Wendigo, named Evan Heals the Past.
We're definitely up first.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just following along behind Mother Larissa and saying nothing because she's in the lead, so.
I stand still and wait for someone to make the first move.
Mother Larissa addresses the warder. I am Larissa, elder of the Bone Nars, Theurge to Luna. This is a recently formed pact in New York who have news for King Albrecht and the rest of the nation.
So, real quick, guys, what is our pack name? Oh, you know what? Buddy has just honked out on me. 1 second while I read. Oh, I guess Buddy is gone for a second?
No, Buddy's here.
Nope, we still got him.
Okay, I just can't
Did I
see
miss
or
something?
hear
I
him
didn't hear
again.
anybody say.
And it's always Buddy. Okay, so what is our pack name?
Big Bag's having problems.
Yeah, I am. I can see everybody else just fine. It's just
Okay, why
Buddy.
don't you just tell me what he said then, so I can do whatever it was.
He is trying to determine what the pack name should be.
Yes, we need a
If
pack
we
name.
have it. I'm thinking mass hysteria.
Your house is in mass hysteria.
It is, but we basically cause mass hysteria anytime we go and do something. Or collateral damage is another good thing.
There we go. Buddy's back. Okay.
Hi, good to have you back.
So we need a name to introduce ourselves as. So we are the pack of raccoon, but
I'm thinking collateral damage, calamity.
That's not bad. Collateral damage.
I like Sea of Tranquility.
Yeah, let's just
No. How about meat is murder?
meat is murder.
No, I mean that's not really appropriate for us. We're not children of Gaia, but
Chaos, panic, disorder.
we just need a name. Dingo. Any suggestions?
I can't really think of anything.
Anybody?
Chaos, panic, disorder.
Okay.
The ones we're coming up with could have either apply to a group like us, or it sounds like a heavy metal band nobody's heard of.
That's exactly what a pack name is like. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that
pretty-
case,
It's pretty much what we do: is chaos, cause
Yeah.
cause panic, and cause disorder.
And if you look
Buddy.
at the artwork associated with this game, it's metal as all fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Buddy,
we
did you have
have
an idea, buddy?
No, I was going to think of one.
He's got lots of ideas. I'm just not sure they can be said in a live broadcast.
Oh,
whatever.
please.
So, brief history: we have blown up a building,
Mhm.
infested a major building in Manhattan with rats,
Uh-huh.
blown up another building, run over a factory, caused mass panic and hysteria across the entire city of New York.
Burned down a shack in the forests of New York, or Long Island. What else have we done? I broke into a skyscraper penthouse from the outside. Yeah. So, mass hysteria, chaos, panic, and disorder. I don't know. What's a good metal band name, guys?
I don't know. Mass hysteria sounds good.
Okay, mass hysteria. You guys like that?
And I'm a sucker for a Ghostbusters reference, so.
That's pretty much what it is. I'm good with it.
I'd
There you
say,
go, buddy.
I can't think of anything better.
I'd say that reminds me,
So-
folks who are watching, if you want to go back and watch our one shot, see if you can count the number of Ghostbusters references I slipped into that.
Ooh. Yeah, we have some suggestions from the chat room.
Oh,
What do we got?
Okay, so what do you?
I should totally log into that.
I forget, it's on the tip of my tongue. Give me a moment. Crushing despair. And one I'm surprised I don't see yet, but I was expecting this eventually. A supreme lack of gravitas.
Actually, have people watching us. Wait a minute. What? Okay.
We do.
I just joined the chat room. People, could you repost your name suggestions?
I forget, it's on the tip of my tongue. Give me a moment. Crushing despair.
Oh, those are the two?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
There's also U-Haul destroyers.
U-Haul Destroyer.
Oh, yeah.
Marissa explains it all. Yeah, we
Oh,
don't want
God.
to get smacked down right here. So
Oh,
I think
God,
we'll call
someone
ourselves
draw that.
Marissa Liv explains it all.
You'd probably be killed. U-Haul Destroyers has a ring to it. U-Haul it, we maul it.
U-Haul it, we
There
maul
we
it.
go.
Okay, I like that.
All right, that's what you're going with?
So now we have
Maul
a
it, we maul it.
pack name and a slogan to go on business cards.
I like
I'm
it.
a glasswalker. We got to think about brand and marketing.
So I'll step forward and introduce us. I am Damien Lurks in Darkness of the New York Sept of... What is the New York Sept?
The Sept of the Green.
Sept of the Green. We are the Children of Raccoon. What did we just call ourselves?
You
Maul
all
it, we maul it.
This is awful.
Wonderfully bone gnawer pack name.
This is... introduce each of your characters because I don't remember everybody's character names. So.
My character's name would be Danny, and
Yeah, you're introducing yourself to someone, so I'm.
If you're saying my character's name is,
Yeah.
a lot of questions.
Yeah, you're. I mean, I'm so tired. I forgot to say. Oh yeah, I'm Aaron and blah blah blah, and I'm Clea. So generally, you do your name, rank, serial number.
They basically name, rank, tribe. You guys are
Name,
all.
rank, tribe, auspice.
Yeah, you guys are all Cleas. Danny is a bone gnawer ragabash, so there's his tribe and auspice.
okay.
It's usually name, game, and deed name. So it'd be Danny, Brothers Keeper, Troigan.
Ragabash, Clea.
I should write that down.
It's actually at the top of your sheet.
I should still write it down. Because
Buddy is.
I know how I am.
Sorry, I'm experiencing some computer problems. My keyboard just apparently died on me. So, I'm Seamus Hart, soft voice, sharp fangs. I'm a Fianna Galliard, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
ATM.
Aaron ATM Cartwright. I'm the Glasswalker Philodox who tries to keep them in line.
Okay, and then
I try to contain my laughter.
Anya. What is Anya's deed name?
Good Samaritan.
So Anya, Good Samaritan, are Thurge. What's her tribe? Is she Uktena?
Yeah, Uktena.
Okay, Thurge Uktena.
Yeah.
She's busy like unsticking herself from sticky notes right now, or whatever.
She broke into the
The pack regards you as generally quite friendly. The center of them, a man nearly 6.5 feet tall, well muscled, with long white hair, and a silver band around his head. I'm King Jonas Albrecht of Silver Fangs, Arun. These are my packmates, Mary Cabra, Theurge to the Black Furies, and Evan Heals the Past, Philodox the Wendigo. Alright, now that we're done with the high ceremony stuff, it's good to meet you all. Mari looks at ATM. Keeps them in line.
yeah.
From what I've heard, I base out of Manhattan. From what I've heard, you've so far blown up a skyscraper and set half the meatpacking district on fire.
Alleged.
We contain it.
Well, we did
And
more than that, but we'd be glad to tell you about that in more detail later.
And blowing up the building was a necessity considering the content of those bullets.
I'll look forward to hearing it.
Well, good, because it's in song form.
Did you remember the interpretive dance?
The youngest of them, a young man, maybe 16, looks you over appreciatively. I'm Evan. Heals the Past, and it's good to meet you all. Despite the mayhem and destruction, I hear you've done good work.
I see that he's reaching out a hand, and I say, bros don't use hands.
He's Uktena, so
I
I'm
give him a
assuming
hug.
he's introducing himself to Anya, who
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
Wendigo.
is... Oh, he's Wendigo, that's right, I'm sorry.
Introducing to Anya would make sense because the rest of us are colonial scum.
Oh,
Well, Evan has never been...
also, Evan is a white boy.
Yes, he is.
He is just about the only Caucasian person that Wendigo has ever accepted.
Sadly, we cannot hear Anya right now. So, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
All right. The moot will be tomorrow night. In the meantime, you'll have rooms here in the manor, and there are already elders and packs arriving from Europe, South America, Canada, and Asia at Mother Larissa's request. Albrecht looks at Larissa. It's good to see you again. And looks back at the pack. When my grandfather exiled me, Larissa here was just about, and her bone gnars were just about the only ones who would take me in. And they're probably the reason I'm still around. Anyway, come on in, make yourselves at home. There's already packs and elders wandering around, so if you want to mingle, please. Don't worry, you should get to know people anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna reload again in case I can hear Doc now.
Doc is on via mobile. None of us can hear Doc.
No? Okay.
Alright. Okay, so as we had, folks who are watching at home, As I had already discussed with with my wonderful players here, the structure for tonight's session is going to be a little different. There's going to be very little dice rolling here. This is going to be almost a pure RP session, as our pack will be meeting and greeting other packs and some elders from around the Garou Nation for the moot. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of branch out. I'm going to take each one on their own to do a short scene, and then we will move on to the moot. Which one of you would like to go first?
Not it.
Sure, I'll go.
So it sounds like it's Buddy.
All right.
We open for someone else?
No, I was just.
Yeah, no, I was
Nothing.
punching out a message to Doc real quick.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna make snarky comments during with Big Bad for a while.
Well, please do, because we're apparently telepathic, so I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
As the group begins to disperse, you wander around the grounds. Suddenly, a familiar sight catches you by the lake. Michael sings in darkness. Seamus's mentor and someone who recently lost a pack member to Samuel Haight.
Oh, she was a pack member? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Jimmy Two Times was one of Sings in Darkness's pack mates.
Can he see or hear me right now? Or smell me?
No, he's in Hobbit form, and looks like he's in thought.
Okay. I sneak up behind him very slowly and quietly.
Continues to stare out at the lake. Appears to be deep in thought and hasn't quite noticed you yet.
I push him in the lake.
No.
Is there Wi-Fi here?
Who the fuck did... Seamus!
I jump on him and give him a hug in the lake, plummeting us both into the water.
He gladly returns the hug, trying to pull you both back out of the water. Seamus!
I am not made of limitless money. Another phone.
I didn't. Seamus, I didn't know that your packet arrived. Didn't know your packet arrived yet. Are you settling in?
I'm just surprised you didn't catch me, old man.
Well, I've got some things on my mind, but how are you?
Oh, I've got so many things to tell you about.
Oh, please.
We have gotten into so much shit.
I've heard. From what I understand, they're still cleaning up what you did in the meatpacking district.
Yeah, well, I think 100 people that were loaded into a truck will be pretty grateful about that, though.
That's true. You have done good work from what I've heard, and you dealt with hate, which, thank you for that. 2 times can be a rest, at least. Wish you'd had the chance to meet him. I really should introduce you to the rest of my pack. You should know them. And most of them are dispersed right now. They're all looking for another protege of mine that's gone missing.
Do you have another protege? Like, I haven't been gone that long.
Oh no, before I met you. He hasn't been seen in nearly 2 years now. Runs with Moonlight. It's another lupus like you. The pack he grew up with was killed by a hunter, and about a week after that, no one seems to have seen him since.
Wait, his entire pack was killed by a hunter? Just a regular hunter, or like hunting us?
No, just a hunter. Probably more than one, to be honest. But this came across the wrong humans. he didn't deal with it well and disappeared shortly after that.
Huh. Are you doing okay?
What was that?
Are you doing okay?
I think so. Just I've lived longer than I should. Lived longer than I thought I would, and lost a pack mate. Just mulling over memories.
They always got me, old man.
That's good to know. And I'm proud of you. You've done good work thus far, and you found yourself a pack that you seem at home with, as odd as they are.
Yeah, we seem to suit each other.
Still, you're all oddly fond of mass destruction in an urban area.
Okay, it was. To be honest, the fire was not my idea. Now, the rats were, but
The rats.
do you keep up with the news?
I try to.
Have you heard anything about high-end financial buildings in New York?
Oh, that was you.
Allegedly.
Amazing. I expect that kind of pranking out of a ragabash. I'm impressed.
That was stop.
But no, like I said, I should introduce you when we get back to New York and whatever this current crisis is done with. I should introduce you to my pack. You deserve to know them, and you probably learned some things.
That would be great. I would love to meet your pack.
That's good. You're passing for human quite well.
Well, I mean, I had a couple of moments. Okay, they make these little pieces of paper. They're yellow, and they have a little bit of glue in the back of them. You can stick them to anything.
Oh, Lord. You discovered the wonders of sticky notes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But see, it was mine. So I had to hold on to it. But anyway, that's how we got thrown out of the Waldorf Astoria.
You know what? I'm not going to ask.
Because I would tell you if you wanted to know.
I think there are other things that could be talked about this evening. And I don't have nearly enough alcohol on me for that. Your den is covered in sticky notes now, isn't it?
Maybe.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you.
So that's a yes.
I am not going to lie.
That's a yes.
I also don't have to admit anything.
Someone introduced you to a lawyer, didn't they?
Ooh, no, actually, I've been reading a blog on my phone. Oh. I need to get a new phone.
Oh, yeah, you do have a glass walker in your pack, don't you?
That's okay. He'll just give me a new one.
Yeah, they're so fond of their toys, but they're useful. All right, my boy. Let's go into the house and get something to drink.
I'm two, right?
What was that?
Your house, your rules.
Well, it's the
Yeah,
king.
you're a.
Well, it's the king's house, but we go back.
Sounds like a plan.
The two of you stroll across the field, still sopping wet, and up to the house. Now, who would like to be next? If someone doesn't raise their hand, I'm going to have to pick someone.
Oh no.
Okay, individual traits. Extra dialogue.
All right. Then ATM.
Why me?
You raised your hand.
I didn't. I was stretching my shoulder.
Close enough.
Fine, I'll go. God, I'm pale. I need to get more sun.
Yeah, I'm not touching
You know,
that.
back when I was teaching, somebody actually tried to use it on me. Like, I wasn't raising my hand. No, too bad. I'm calling on you. I see what you're doing, Ash Velisca.
I think I think I've seen
Silica.
every class I've ever been in. Someone has tried that.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, it really doesn't.
Pro tip, teachers are not as dumb as you think. They just act like it because that means that they can ignore a lot of stuff.
I was a teacher. I know this.
I didn't know that.
And
Wait,
My original college plans were to be an English teacher.
I'm pretty sure I drove several teachers into therapy. So
I quit on my last day of student teaching. I dropped the program.
that's right. You did tell me about that. I forgot.
Parents.
That's on me.
I stopped teaching because of parents.
yeah, I hear
Yeah,
that. I hear
that's
that a
valid.
lot. So ATM.
Yeah.
While you're out and about on the grounds, you're
Is there Wi-Fi there?
you're approached by a lean blonde man, probably in his 30s. ATM, correct?
Depends on how much trouble I'm in.
We have a mutual friend, wields big data.
Oh yeah, you want to drive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Glasswalker names make no practical sense. This is one of them.
The big data energy going on right there.
So, Patrick says, I am working while this thing's going on. All right. Yeah, you want to drive.
Yeah, I'm Gabriel Vanderlyn.
Oh.
Theo's the Glasswalkers. I base out of Sweden. Just for our audience, I'm not even going to attempt the fucking accent. So
That's fine. I'll just pretend I'm hearing the Swedish chef in the background.
So, what seems to be the issue with the drive?
Other than multi-level encryption that is not of this, of any plane of existence that I know of.
Yeah, I think that can be dealt with. I found something in the cyber realm a few weeks ago that we should be able to crack right through it.
Yeah,
Can I see it?
I tried full-powered Weaver eyes to decrypt it, and I can't get past the first two layers.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we can do something about that. May I see it?
Sure. Here's the original, and I've kept a copy.
Vanderlyn notices your fetish nails. Oh, those are exquisite. You know who built
Permanent removal.
who built those? Who made those?
I would really prefer not to say,
Huh.
because they don't exactly like the fact that I made money for them.
Oh, well then.
I did a job, they gave me these as payment, and then occasionally I do other jobs for them to continue paying for them.
Oh, that sounds like a situation you should probably deal with at some point.
Oh, no, they only ever ask for fun things.
Oh, well then. Yeah, I did hear about that job you pulled on POTUS.
Yeah, that was one of their requests.
Well, let's just hope that doesn't come back to you eventually. We already have.
Well, that one I blamed on. Who did I blame that one on? That one I blamed on Russia.
It's not like that's difficult these days, but
No, but I think the PETA one was my best work.
Beat his murder.
I'm interested.
Oh, you didn't hear about PETA hacking into New York City to shut down the meatpacking district last week?
Oh, I hadn't heard about that. That was you.
Yeah.
Huh.
I may have caused about 30 different brownouts, 4 blackouts, complete power down of the financial district, rerouted all police cars entirely around the 5 boroughs, and about 20 false alarms and false calls.
Impressive.
Yeah, I was in a hurry.
Yeah, as much as our people are fond of technical wizardry, I really don't see all that many that are willing to go in for cybernetic fetishes. You and I should talk further. My pack has been experimenting with some things that are a little more extensive.
Are we talking the things that I'm not supposed to know about, but most likely have heard about?
No, I promise you haven't heard about these. We're trying to keep it quiet for the time being. Don't want to.
Dante, if you are bringing in Regen 7, I will murder you.
No, I am not.
Thank you.
No, we should talk. We should talk further after this, whatever this is done. We might have some things that you're interested in, and you seem like the kind of thinker that we like to recruit.
You're around a minute, aren't you?
Oh no, I'm acquainted with them, but we're into something so far beyond that.
DS Ultimate?
They call us the Cyber Dogs.
Oh, actually, that's who did these.
Oh. Well, you're already acquainted with our work, at least.
The process is incredibly painful.
Oh, I'm well aware. The anesthesia doesn't exactly work on us.
No, but a silver clave to the forehead tends to knock you out for a while.
I'm impressed that didn't leave a scar.
Not a visible one, at least.
I am not mentally deficient. Justin said.
We'll talk. We're trying to expand our operations a bit.
I do have one question.
What's that?
Do you happen to have any, I don't know, expansion? What's the word I'm looking for? I find that some of the more technical gifts from I've heard about that your counterparts in other camps may have are a little bit limited to what I want. Can we talk about some of those sometime?
Oh, certainly. I said, he hands you a business card. Contact me when this current crisis is over. We'll make some arrangements.
Good.
Vanderlyn sees something else that catches his eye and wanders off, pecking away at a cell phone, leaving you with a business card and a potential avenue for advancement.
Hey, cyber dogs are awesome, and their gifts make me even more terrifying if I can get them.
Play with words.
No, for those listening at home, out of character, if you've seen my obscure and insane roles with computers now, the cyber dog contains gifts which can multiply that times 4 or 6 more.
I think I told someone something this week about ATM is going to be beating the consequences train at some point in the future.
Told that to all of us.
I want to beat the consequence train.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
In more than
Somebody
one
cut that out
way.
of context. I want audio of
yeah. All we need as our audience to hear is Dante's about to run a train on Ash.
Oh my god.
All this makes me think of is ATM running around an empty building with the Thomas the Tank Engine theme echoing. He's just terrified.
That could happen. The next cyber fetish on ATM's list is a neural uplink, so he can become one with the internet. This is entirely possible to go wrong.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Did I make Buddy fall off his chair?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not technically.
oh.
I was still on my chair, but I was still so far away on the floor.
Oh, did someone get out the hypnosis?
Is there Wi-Fi here?
Not really, no.
Yeah. Make my own.
Alright, who wants to go next? Dingo or Big Bad? Or Doc, if he can speak.
Sure, I can go next.
All right.
So, Damien is going to be out by the lake meditating, sitting lotus style and trying to calm his far too high rage.
You hear splashing and laughter in the you hear splashing and laughter in the distance as Seamus shoves his mentor into the lake.
Okay.
Coming up behind you, a man in a white man in jeans, a flannel shirt, and a vest, just calmly walks up beside you. You're a stargazer, aren't you?
So Damien will look up and say, yes, Damien lurks in darkness. Of the Sept of the Green, New York.
And it's one teardrop. I'm attached to the North Country Protectorate in front of Albrecht.
Well, I guess, yeah, I'll stand up and offer to shake his hand.
He gladly takes your hand with a warm smile.
Okay. Yeah, no dominance games here. So,
now, for one
pleasure
thing,
to meet you, sir.
One thing, he's rank 5. You wouldn't win that.
Yeah, obviously, but everybody here is going to be higher ranked than us, so.
Yeah. I hear your pack's done good work in New York.
Mm-hmm. Messy, but yes, good, I think. I'm glad you've heard good things about us.
I'm guessing you're your pack's alpha?
Yeah, for now.
We can't hear
Remember,
it.
Presidente, you're only president for life.
Yeah, I mean, I smack them into line when they get particularly out of order, but pretty free form at this point.
Oh, it's good that you have that flexibility. It helps with keeping the rage under control. I can practically feel it coming off of you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to keep it under control.
It's a lifelong struggle, and it's one that I understand.
What can I do for you, sir?
I'm just trying to connect with with tribe mates, and I don't see many of us in this part of the country all that often.
No, I don't see many anywhere, but fortunately, Mother Larissa has put me in contact with one or two who've been able to kind of guide me until now.
She's good people.
So I appreciate that.
She's good people. She and I go pretty far back. You look like you have a question.
Oh gosh, Dante? Had I set up a question with you?
No.
Oh.
Your manic laugh is something to fear.
Yeah, I have a couple of laughs. Shit, I have no idea, Dante. We were gonna talk something about some stuff, but
yeah, I'm trying to guide you into that.
Okay. So I wanted to ask about some of the other things that came up tonight. I have run across what I'm told is a vampire, and boy, did he taste nasty.
You ate it?
Well, I bit it, and it turned to ash in my mouth. Like, kind of this greasy, nasty... Oh, God, I can still taste it. It was disgusting.
But I never swallowed.
Oddly enough, that happens. They, especially the particularly old ones, decay rather rapidly once you kill them. So you're trying to explore what else is in this world of ours that isn't us.
Yeah, and definitely get more information about, the vampires, because it seems like they've been causing some problems in New York, and that's actually why we're here, because we've discovered some more stuff about them. At least we think it's them. And, the other day, we saw some worm spawn that was this humanoid with, he looked like a flatworm, the black flatworm with a mouth full of teeth. So yeah, I definitely want to find out more about what's out there.
Well, I know some people that you can talk to. Have you heard of the World Tree?
No, tell me about them.
They're I don't want to call them sect, we'll call them a camp within our tribe that seeks to understand the other things that are out there. Hopefully make peace with the ones that can be made peace, that can have peace made with them. And they are also seeking out a surviving Pharaoh after our terrible mistakes with them.
Mm-hmm.
We wiped out entire species.
Gotcha. They're that's not something that everybody else tends to talk about. Usually they try to bury any pharaoh that they run across.
Well, the only way that we'll actually have any hope of winning this, we are going to have to accept and acknowledge the mistakes that we've made, and unfortunately it's a problem that our people, the Garou in general, greatly struggle with.
Well, I really haven't heard all that much about them, just that, other changing breeds exist. Again, stuff I'd like to learn about that it's a little hard, to find out about. So yeah, I would definitely love to meet these people and hear what they have to say.
I'll put you in touch with some people when the current crisis is over. Have you acquired a cell phone?
Yeah, we each have cell phones, right?
Yes, the Glasswalker is currently paying and maintaining your phones.
Right. Okay. Yes, I have a cell phone, and here is its number, sir.
I expected as such. You've got a Glasswalker in your pack.
I am not an eternal money machine.
Your name is ATM.
Your name is literally ATM. Yeah.
And there is a Raven shifter that I know in New York that should also be able to put you on the right track. Her name's Rihanna. She's a bit of a mess, but she does good work.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. I will seek her out.
I will leave you to your meditations then, and I'll be in touch after the current events are over. Antoine leaves, walking back across the field, and speak with old friends and packmates, leaving you to your meditations.
Thank you.
Right. All right, and our last one present, because it looks like Doc dipped out again. That he's got some stuff he's dealing with. I'm not my place to talk about it. Last up is Danny. Danny is just sort of milling about outside the house when he's approached by Mother Larissa. You look like you have something on your mind, dear.
I probably have lots of things on my mind. Mother Larissa.
Let me guess. Still adjusting to being what you are, learning to deal with a pack, trying to maintain some kind of a balance with the human life?
I'd say that's really accurate, yeah.
That can be difficult. There's a reason so many of us just decide to live on the streets and not bother with maintaining a human identity. Still, you're well placed to do some good. Have you heard of the Hood?
Is this like an area or a thing?
Oh no, they're a group of our people, children of rats. They're not officially sanctioned, of course, the ban of man and all that. But they look out for neighborhoods. Some would probably call them vigilantes. I call them just people doing the right thing when they can. I think you might be a good fit for them.
It sounds like it. I think that would be
You're
worth exploring.
You're from the neighborhood. You can pass for human. And you actually, from what I've seen, you actually care about people. most packs would have just killed that girl to protect the veil. You took her to the
I
hospital.
wanted to kill her.
You took her to the hospital.
Yeah.
And in the course of that, have discovered something that had unfortunately escaped our notice and is a horror, like which I haven't seen in a long time. You're doing good work. Just make sure that you keep it up. I have some friends that will be in touch when this is all over. Mother Larissa wanders off, looking for, still in this opulent country setting, still looking for all the world like a crazy bag lady. All right. And it looks like Doc is still not with us. I'll cover his scene with him later. So we're going to move on to the moot. The following evening, everyone is rested and fed. The small grand moot is convened. Packs and elders from around the Garou Nation have convened here, responding to Albrecht's call due to information having come to light of what looks to be a global threat. The early ceremonies continue as they always do. The Master of the Howl opens the moot. Old business is dealt with. The old local business is dealt with. And they come to the portion of the moot in which packs will tell their tales.
Oh no, I just lost Buddy again.
Yeah, let's let Buddy get... Alright, you back, Buddy?
There we go.
Okay. We've come to the point of the moot where packs are telling their tales. The current Master of the Howl indicates Seamus to come forward and tell his pack story.
Ferrictoid plotted dark and gloom to human beings wrought in luck, but this one met his certain doom. We hit him with a truck. Lit ablaze by cocktail lob, it scrambled around the place, but then we punched it in the schnoz and shot it in the face. No siren's wail was heard that day, all thanks to ATM's IT, diverting 5-0s on their way to deal with faked calamity. And passers-by near Combat's theater scarcely would have heard her, over werewolves dressed as PETA shouting meat is murder. We rescued souls from their hot soup, dodged a grisly fate, and threw our enemies for a loop. We must be pretty great.
The performance gets an enormous roaring laugh from King Albrecht. and a round of applause, particularly from the younger Garou gathered. You can hear a few elders grumbling towards the back of the crowd, but they'll deal.
Philistines.
The Fianna and the audience are clapping loudly and howling, having seen a tribe mate perform quite well for his first time out in front of such an august audience.
I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Thank you.
Buddy, do you also have one for the vampire and for 8?
No.
Keep it short and sweet. These things can go on for hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need you guys telling me telepathically, just reminding me the beats of the story, and I can embellish as we go.
Okay.
Use that totem link.
Okay, so
Which one are
basically,
we gonna do first?
yeah. I mean, if you're going backwards, then the vampire came just before.
Ugly vampire scene, trying to raise the dead in a person's soul, and we turned him into Talbot. Go there.
That's right, okay.
And killed all his cultists, yeah. So,
Friends, you'll have to forgive me that the rest of my performance tonight will not be in rhyme. That was all I was able to prepare in time. But I'd like to tell you about some of the other feats that our pack has accomplished over its short life so far. Before dealing with the Ferrectoid that I mentioned, we did wind up dispatching a vampire and sending it back to hell. Okay, guys, how do we find out about the vampire again? I can't remember.
so Dante can have you just roll to see how well you did if you like, but you can also kind of go through, step by step how we killed all the cultists and
Yeah, you were in.
There was a dozen of them, right?
a dozen cultists and one big nasty vampire, plus the guys in the door who were vampires. I don't know if they were. I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know. I electrified their brains. That's all I know.
Right.
No, the cultists and security were baseline humans.
And then before that was Hate, and you can retell the story of Samuel Hate.
Okay. And my illustrious packmates dispatched all of the cultists who were with this vampire, several of them by electrocuting their brains, and the rest of them by turning them into a red mist. It would have been... You would have been proud to see them in action. And our pack leader, I'm sorry.
He is not Alpha. We did not vote on this yet. You all hear that screaming inside your skulls.
I think I heard that screaming out loud.
I really want to see this
Smack
dominant.
ATM up the back of his head and keep him quiet.
I really want to see this dominance challenge.
I do too, but not right now.
I will electrocute you.
Our pack alpha dispatched the vampire personally, turning it to ash in his powerful jaws.
I will electrocute your ass.
You love me too much, baby.
I don't mean you. I mean him. One of us can survive electrocution. The other can't.
And prior to that, we were asked to investigate the murders of several of our packmates. And we'd like to report that we successfully found the culprit and dispatched him to the best of our ability. Unfortunately, he's still out there, but... Wait, do we think he's dead?
No, we think he's dead.
Okay.
And
That's right, we tore him in half.
Yeah, after Damien
Dante-
very nearly bisected him.
Yeah, I ripped
Gotcha.
all his guts out, turned him into half a man.
And once again, our pack showed its versatility and flexibility under pressure when when our packmate earned his nickname among our pack of Dances with Torsos.
Oh no, I don't want to be Dances with Torsos. I'm Lurks in Darkness.
Dances with Torso was approved.
Dances with Torsos, damn it. Okay. Okay, and he was skin dancing. He was stealing the skins of other werewolves. Metis. He was stealing the skins of Metis to
Become one
turn
himself.
into a werewolf himself. That's kind of the important part that we've got to share.
Gotcha. So the culprit was Samuel Haight, Metis, who was
Kin.
He was kin, yeah.
a kin who was skinwalking using the skins of Metis to attempt to... Actually, I'm not sure I understand the process of it. He was skinwalking using the flesh of our murdered comrades. We'd like to report that we avenged him properly.
Another round of applause goes up from the crowd. King Alberchet takes the mood again. It's good to hear young packs taking the initiative in dealing with these threats. This pack is uncovered threats that we were unaware of, threats that have taken the lives of our brothers and sisters, and tonight they have a new one to present to us, one that will require all of us across the world to deal with it.
Okay, so I'm going to hand the books over to Ash so that he can explain.
Yeah, you guys are gonna kind of.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. This is your job.
Yeah, you guys are gonna kind of brief the gathered on what you found.
Because
Telepathic staring contest. I'm sorry, Alpha. This is your job.
Okay, if you want me to get up there and do it and take the glory for it, sure.
I have the PowerPoint presentation. Are you ready to give it? No, I take the book. ATM actually puts down a mini projector that starts projecting a PowerPoint presentation that he's been working on for the last 12 hours.
You can hear the red talons in the audience growling at the mere presence of it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you'd like to know where every single person you get to kill is.
They're still growling at you, but
oh yeah, it's modern tech.
Still, this was a human trafficking ring run by a factory, at least as far as we know so far. And I've taken the liberty of putting every single one of them on a map for you based on the journal that we've provided copies of for everybody. And he literally starts handing out copies of the pages you've given him that he's reproduced since he memorized the entire damn thing. Every single person here has participated in or has, well, they participated, purchased, or sold somebody through this ring. It's global and includes a list of humans, vampires, and other things yet to be determined. I've made notes in several of them, including which are politicians and which way they have done certain things and which ways they have voted on recent issues that have can be used for my tribe's preference of using technology, or if we just would like to, well, whatever other methods are preferred.
Albrecht looks at you appreciatively as you can hear him murmuring throughout the crowd, looking over the notes that you provided. You can hear one get a Fenris pack audibly building in rage at the notes on a facility in Berlin that seems to be trafficking in children.
I've also taken the liberty of attaching the financials of anyone who I could easily get a hold of who is a high public figure. You can see the dates and transfers of most of their major purchases.
A pack from the Sept of the Awakening in D.C. seems to already be quietly plotting the murder of a senator.
You'll find his financials on page 14 through 27.
Albrecht looks over the notes again. He's already read them, but just to refresh himself. And it appears that the center of this is a manor estate in Long Island. My pack will deal with that, but I want... What was your pack name again?
You haul it, we maul it.
I want you haul it, we maul it to accompany my pack in dealing with the center of this. They've certainly earned that right. I'm sure they would appreciate getting killing the son of a bitch that's responsible for this in themselves.
So Damien nods his head politely.
Are there any objections to this? No? Then you have your information. If anyone needs transport, contact your local SEP leaders. Make sure distribute this information to your SEPs. Brief them what's going on. Route any information that you find back to here. Woman standing near Albrecht steps in. Rounded features and long black hair, silver streaks running through it. This is Albrecht Seneschal, Loba Casaron. Your Highness, if I may speak. Of course. You haul it, we maul it.
We need a better name.
We do. Sorry about this. Mass hysteria, mass panic.
Mass hysteria works.
You'd like to change that to mass hysteria?
I like you haul it, we maul it.
No, that can be our slogan, but
That's our slogan. Mass hysteria. You haul it, we maul it.
Loba gives a small chuckle. Very well.
Marketing and branding and all that.
anyway, yeah, sorry.
Looks good on Twitter.
That was an out of character thing that we needed to do. Okay. So yes, ma'am.
Looking at the pages here and the handwritten notes on one of these copies from Mother Larissa, this seems to have lined up with something with things that I found while I was in Morningkill's exile before Albrecht took the throne. This appears to be connected to a worm cult called the Seventh Generation. Their modus operandi is the corruption of humanity and giving it over to the worm by way of slavery and degradation. You found what I couldn't. I only knew that they existed. You found where they are. Thank you. I will happily give you any information that I've gathered on them myself in order to make this operation a success.
Thank you very much. We, in many respects, we just got lucky.
Luck or the hand of Gaia. Sometimes one can't quite tell the difference.
Okay, so Ash should probably get all the information from her on that, because that's what he does best.
Alright.
Is that an order, Pack Alpha?
Oh, are we going to play this game? Not in the middle of the mood.
Oh no, these are any of those comments are telepathic comments.
Yeah.
That's an aside, yeah.
Yes,
Buddy or Ash or,
yeah,
whoever best does that stuff. I am not the intelligence character here.
Yeah, probably not a great idea to start a dominance challenge in the middle of a moot.
Yeah, exactly.
And with that, we will come to a close. You know your missions. You know your duty to Gaia. Kill these bastards wherever you find them. And if you die, die well. The Master of the Howl closes out the moot. And the packs go to rest before traveling home, leaving you and Albrecht's pack in the center of the area. So, do you have a plan?
How much? A little bit of one. It depends on how much and how much trouble I'm allowed to cause.
They literally have men and women and children in chains, being held in cargo containers, and are selling them to the highest bidder. I legitimately do not care what you do to them as long as the veil remains intact.
Considering
Yeah,
You just said the right words.
considering our certain limitations, certainly.
Do you have a map of this Long Island facility or an external, satellite view or whatever, so that we can, kind of figure out what's going on and plan? Because our pack has not personally seen it, in character. So
I'm sure we can get it in character, but we would very much need that so we can plan, because I want to know, ATM wants to know, well, he's just been told he can cut loose.
Right. I mean, you never hold back, really.
He does, actually. He does hold back.
Gather whatever information you need. We leave in 2 nights.
Okay.
Right. And with that, we will close out this session. Next session will be Murder and Mayhem.
Murder, mayhem, murder.
We have motherfuckers who've got it coming. Right.
I don't. When is the next session planned? Do we have that already figured out?
No, we
tell our audience.
No, we do not. We will keep an eye on our Twitter, folks, at Werewolf Roll 20. We will get that information to you just as soon as we get it hammered out. As always, keep an eye on the Twitter account for next session announcements. For in in-character information and in-universe news. This has been Werewolf, Blood and Silver, Episode 2, Traffic. Gentlemen, you want to tell them where they can find you?
At Dingo Tirano on Twitter.
At TBBW1 on Twitter.
At Buddy Goodboy Esquire on Twitter. Just ESQ, not the actual wire part.
At Ash Velisca on Twitter.
All right. And before we go, I do have. I'm gonna continue plugging this every chance I get. Saturday, August 18th at Tiny Paws in Danbury, Connecticut, I will be running a Vampire the Masquerade game for the convention's charity. And if you happen to be at the con, please come and check it out. We'll have both Boozy Badger and Alkali Bismuth will be playing. We'll have 4 player slots that are available that will be raffled off, so that you can join in, and the audience will get to help or hinder the coterie as they investigate kindred disappearances at the Creep Show Casino by buying indulgence cards that will allow you to affect dice rolls, help or hinder the coterie. So.
On top of that, there the indulgence cards that are going to be printed up for the event. Larger versions of them will be printed for the sale in the charity auction. Is that correct?
They will. We will have larger versions of the artwork for the indulgence cards available in the charity auction, featuring artwork from our esteemed buddy Goodboy Esquire, the delightful How About Meow, and the absolutely wonderful Art Mutt, aka Canine. If you ever meet him, ask him what the connection between Art Mutt and Canine is. Just see what he says. All right.
You're a horrible man, and you should be stopped.
Oh, please.
If I had a nickel for every time I've heard that, I'd have 2 nickels.
Oh, what's hysterical is that?
Together.
No, what's hysterical is that's coming from Ash.
I know, so you must know what he's talking about.
Right?
I am sweet and innocent as the new fallen snow. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you people.
Here is the driven slush.
I mean,
Dingo
I don't
wins.
know. Maybe we should ask the Pack Alpha what he thinks.
I think you're fine, dear. You're fine.
Yeah, Murder and Mayhem is going to start with the pack challenge next time.
Oh, this is going
Have
to be fun.
fun.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be just like a family reunion, getting people to fight.
Yep.
Well,
Well, hey, I mean, your character is Irish. I mean, if there isn't a fight, it isn't fun.
well, what I'm wondering is just exactly how the hell ATM plans to survive a fight with Damien.
Electrocution.
Now, see, here I thought you were going to say that you were going to, co-opt one of the military satellites that shoots a telephone pole-sized rod of tungsten on his head.
No, he doesn't have that much. He would have to contact the Deus Ex Machina for that, and that's a deal he's not willing to cut yet.
And that would also mean dealing with the technocracy who already won his ass. And believe me, those consequences
Also,
are coming.
bullets have a way of stopping an iron cold.
Yeah, and is hideously dishonorable in a dominance challenge. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Like I said, keep an eye on the Twitter at WerewolfRoll20 to find out when our next session is going to be. And we will see you next time.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
And we're out.
It actually makes sense that Big Bad is the Alpha. I just have to give him shit.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
This isn't on that box. What the fuck, Jim?
So, I mentioned that this is going to be like a family reunion, getting people to fight each other.
Uh-huh.
I actually meant that. I was talking about this, with some of my family members. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing this game. I haven't quite gotten my character figured out. He's supposed to be a drunken Irish hooligan." Like, wait a minute. Okay, here are your 2 uncles you should base this on.
You seemed much happier with what you were doing.
Yeah, I kind of had it figured out what I wanted to do going in, just sort of the vibe. one of my uncles is definitely the basis for how I'm going to play Seamus moving forward.
I very much actually enjoy the fact that we have a Democratic pack.
Mostly.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
It's different, but yeah.
well, Big Bat, Damien is obviously the alpha, and the beta who actually handles every other logistic detail is really ATM.
Yeah, I mean, you're really the executive officer of the group. You're the one who makes the things happen.
I'm the one who has the money.
Well, you also, you know things.
The thing is the way I've tried to work it is I'm not really the alpha as far as the society is concerned, but the way we have done it democratic. Everybody takes their lead in the part that they are the best at.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there are packs where, people fight over who gets to do what, but we try not to.
We can. That's really the most important thing. If we were to fight over it, it would be a complete and utter pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because you are the combat monkey. I can't be in combat in this. If we're as our pack, I can't be in combat. I'm a walking risk for us, actually.
Yeah, which is why you hide in the back, and which is kind of weird for a Philodox, but at some point you're going to have to get some glory.
Yeah, but I could get Glasswalkers get glory differently than others.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
Like Glasswalkers can gain glory from hacking the network. Because that's their form of
Gimson.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ATM's big glory moment is going to be coming when the technocracy comes for him.
Well, you see, you didn't even have to say anything. You just gave away the whole
hope it's a glory moment and not he gets strapped down in some progenitor lab and we have to go rescue him.
Well, they're going. Well, they've got satellite. They've got
interested in him.
They've got satellite photos of what you did in the meatpacking district. They're coming for all of you.
Yeah.
What did I do to them?
Well, let's see. Fucking with POTUS a lot. The NWO is not all that fond of you.
Look, to be fair, one of the fucking with POTUSes was me.
Well, here's the thing. We didn't break mask in the meatpacking district. I was in Glabro, but I was wearing a hoodie.
And literally all I did was actually cover up the supernatural by keeping the entire...
Yeah, and he was in the Umbra, too.
Except they've got satellite photos of that factory, so they know reality deviants were involved.
Oh, that's true. But all they did was they saw me punch him in the face, and then somebody shot him in the face. Was that Anya who shot him in the face, or was that Buddy?
No, that was Anya.
Okay.
Like I said, there's shit coming. But in the meantime, you've got a hideously abusive worm cult to deal with. So
yes,
and we've just been told we can cut loose, which means I'm going to be making a phone call over the next 2 nights and actually trying to cash in a cyber dog's gift.
Yeah, like I said, we'll discuss that. Like the Cyberdogs thing is me setting up a subplot, but yeah, we will discuss that.
Yeah, this is he might try and barter early, going, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to need that.
Yeah, like I said, we'll discuss it.
Well, actually bartering with someone because he wants to buy something.
Yeah, like I said, we'll discuss it.
I just wanted John Woo special.
Oh, that is so the wrong thing to tell your ST.
I just want 4 John Woo specials.
We'll discuss it.
2 for Anya, 2 for me.
We'll discuss
1 for
it.
each guy.
We'll discuss it. Yeah, but no, in the meantime, Ash, your surgery is the 6th, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let me look here. Let me see if I have another off day between now and then. And
I'll be home on the 7th.
Okay, well, I am off Sunday the 5th. If yeah, obviously we'll discuss this with the others, but the 4th, 5th, and 6th are my next set of off days. If we want to look at one of those, that's a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I'm fine. I mean, my
dude, you were going to be recovering from surgery. You were not doing shit.
Oh, please! It's 5 small incisions in my stomach.
I
CO2
do
and,
not.
Yeah, it's laparoscopic, right?
Yeah, it's 5. The largest incision is in a 1/2 inch across. That's the incision where they pull out the portion of my stomach they remove.
Ash, you're going to be recovering from surgery. You're going to be cuddling with your puppies and husbandos. So
I'm really going to be fine. Everybody seems to think I'm going to have a problem. I'm really going to be fine.
Okay, one, Ash, you know me. I fuss over fucking everyone.
Why the fuck didn't this work?
Dante, real quick, do you know our total totem points in Raccoon? I'm putting him on my sheet.
Not off the top of my head, but I can look it up later.
Okay.
All right.
I was trying to put him on my sheet so that I can start fleshing him out, but...
Yeah, like I said, I'll get with you on that. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Jim's home. I'd like him to, and he'd probably like to be able to turn on the TV.
Okay.
So, gentlemen, it has been a blast as always. Thank you for indulging me in my pure RP session.
That's fine.
Happy to.
All right. And we'll be back.
Good night.
We
Night.
will. Good night.
All right, dear. You're clear. Yep. Thank you, dear.